What does being part of Best and Brightest mean to you?
It's been a really eye-opening experience. It's been a great way to meet a lot of people that I wouldn't have otherwise met, to learn about a disease that I didn't know very much about, and to really realize the generosity of people and how much they really want to donate and help towards things if you really advocate towards them.
Tell us about the Best and Brightest program and what you have been doing this summer to raise awareness and funds.
To raise awareness, I live in the Somerville community, so it was really about just creating awareness and letting people know that CF is still very prominent in our community, that it's an invisible disease. Just because somebody doesn't look sick doesn't mean that they don't have stuff going on like any of us do. And then just more of the awareness was key for me. And then for fundraising, we did a really fun 80s event where we got to dress up in 80s clothes and walk around town. That was a lot of fun. And then we roasted the mayor and put him on the spotlight. So got a lot of good stories about him out of it.
What does being a part of Best and Brightest mean to you?
It was kind of interesting how I got nominated. Didn't really know what was happening or what it was all about. Probably the best thing that's meant for me is I got to meet a guy who suffers from cystic fibrosis. Pretty phenomenal guy, young, talented, and he got to be my superhero during this ordeal. And he's literally going through a double lung transplant. He's awesome. So for me, it meant getting to actually put a face with a name and how much this disease causes them to have trouble, and then to allow him to, hopefully beat this in his lifetime.
What does being part of Best and Brightest mean to you?
Just learning all about it, and I was totally in the dark on it, and knowing how awesome the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation is. I'd always, donated money to different causes and never really paid a lot of attention. So it's really just being able to spread awareness.
How did you get involved with CFF in this event?
I was nominated by several people here in Charleston to be a part of the CF Foundation. Was chosen as one of Charleston's Best and Brightest.
What has been the most rewarding part of being a Best and Brightest honoree?
What's been most rewarding is being given the opportunity to give back to the community.
Jurassic Park or Indiana Jones?
Which one?
Let's go Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark, or the first Jurassic Park.
I think I'm a little bit more into science fiction, so I go Jurassic Park.
Wow, these are like hard questions.
Yes. These are hard-hitting questions.
What has been the most rewarding part of being a Best and Brightest honoree?
I guess just again seeing the generosity of people and how much they really want to help. And I found a lot of people weren't really that familiar with the disease, and once they kind of learned about it through me, they really wanted to help out and do anything that they could.
Well, I've always been a big fan of the organization, and I love that how much of the fundraising actually goes towards the research. That was huge for me, versus some other organizations that we volunteered with where you didn't really know where the funds were going. So it wasn't like a big decision as if it's something that I was committed to. It was, there's always I don't know if I have time, but it comes out to the point where you have to make time.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs all the way. I have a lab mix. She's my best friend.
What prompted you to accept the nomination?
I had a friend who did it last year, and so she had met so many great people, and I had met some of them as well, so it seemed like a really interesting thing to do.
If you could go back in time, what would you tell your 12-year-old self?
That life is just a journey, to enjoy the travel.
In terms of the event that we're talking about now, I guess just to get involved in your community and find something that you're passionate about and really work towards that. It'll help you meet a lot of people that you probably wouldn't otherwise meet just in your everyday life. So it's a really good experience and thing to do.
Thank you, ma'am. If you could go back in time, what would you tell your 12-year-old self?
Oh Lord, alcohol's bad. Study hard, try to have good grades. Are you 12?
Yes, sir.
Keep good grades.
Okay, thank you. One last question, Miss Elizabeth. If you could go back in time, what would you tell your 12-year-old self?
Oh, goodness. Well, my dad always told me when I was a child, I had it hanging above my bed, that if you could dream it, you could make it so. It's a Walt Disney quote. And it was I got a little poster the first time I went to Disney World. And that's something he still lives by. And I've always kind of lived by that. So that's something my dad told me when I was young, and I think every day I remind myself, if I can put my mind to it and dream it, then there's got to be a way to get there.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. You're like, wow.
Good job. Awesome. Good job, guys. Good answer.
You're like the next Matt Lauer.
Right?
What is the funniest thing that ever happened to you?
Probably when Dad smashed my face into the birthday cake every birthday. Every single time. Even when it's not my birthday, he still smashes my face into the cake.
That's not true.
You didn't see this, Dad?
It happened once.
Every time!
What?
When have you felt really lucky?
I felt really lucky by doctors and family and all my friends helping me through this disease, and all the opportunities CFF has given me to pay it back to the community has helped me get here, and I just feel really lucky with my family and being able to pay it back and participate in events like this.